Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I'm your superintendent, and this is your weekly connection update. I really encourage you to take a look at the connection this week. First, in the update from me, we talk about some procedures for winter sports. We also talk about report cards in the Thanksgiving recess. Then, of course, we have our safety tips for families. We get to our school and district highlights, and then we finish off with our recognition. So let's get going. First, new winter sports procedures for spectators. Folks, just to remember, during our fall season, we had new procedures at Adams and Crosby Field. This talks about new procedures for winter sports, especially at Kenmore West and Kenmore East. I really encourage you to check that out. It talks about backpacks and how backpacks will not be allowed in. Any student grade 7 and below are not allowed in unless accompanied by an adult. We will not be checking IDs. We made that change during our fall sports season. Gymnasiums will be cleared immediately after events. I want you to be prepared for that. And we will absolutely limit the access to the rest of our school building for these events. Varsity and JV basketball games, all spectators will need to be passed through our open gate procedures. So just want you to be prepared. We're a little bit off, a couple weeks away from our winter sports competitions, but it's a good time to make sure that everyone understands what the expectation will be. The next section under my report is grade 5 through 12 report cards. The quarter one is ended. This is a reminder how to check in on Infinite Campus, check those grades, talk about report card grades with your students. I know I do it with my own kiddos at home. This is the best time of year to make sure that we're really inspiring them to start off the second quarter well and celebrate the first quarter, but also learn from mistakes that possibly were made in the first quarter. A reminder, next Thursday and Friday, we are off. Actually, I apologize. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are off for the Thanksgiving recess, November 22nd through 24th, and students come back that following Monday, November 27th. We will not have a connection next week, so wishing everyone great times with family and friends. Be safe, be smart, and absolutely enjoy each other during that time. Speaking of Thanksgiving, our safety tips for families really focuses on safety tips in the kitchen, talking about how a fun time can really be a miserable time if we're not extra safe when we're preparing meals. It's some just good little tips there to check out as a family. And then we get to our school and district highlights. Kenmore East to host the Polar Express Movie and Activity Night. Hoover Middle 7th graders receive free bread making kit. Lindbergh Elementary students and staff enjoy special performance of Dinosaurs Before Dark, Kids Edition. Home students show their appreciation for veterans at Post 205. Kenmore East and Kenmore West take a look at teaching clubs. Visit UB Education Program. Hoover Middle students create beautiful clay frames to showcase beloved pets. Franklin Elementary students honored for digital citizenship posters. Lindbergh students learn about Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. And that brings us to our recognition, and it's none other than the Niagara River Greenway Commission. And folks, these ladies and gentlemen do everything for our community that they can to make sure that we continue to beautify and take care of our environment. For example, this Niagara River Greenway Shoreline Trail that runs along Lake Erie and the Niagara River from the Tift Nature Preserve south of Buffalo all the way to Lake Ontario. And we've adopted a section of the trail between Aqua Lane Park and the Erie County Water Authority. And our students and staff have really worked to keep it clean, maintain it consistently throughout the school year, trying to do some other things like, listen to this, last year, Kenmore West students, big picture students, attended the Environmental Ambassadors Summit. This is all part of this Niagara River Greenway Commission, and they did such a fantastic job. Kenmore West, actually, during their presentation, focused on the need to purchase viewfinders at Aqua Lane Park. That's part of our piece of the Niagara River Greenway Shoreline Trail so that our community can become more familiar with the three islands that are right there. Those three islands, Strawberry Island, Turn Island, Motor Island, located between the Tonawanda and the southern tip of Grand Island, and focusing on the different species of birds that live and nest there. Snow owls, bald eagles, great egrets, common terns, and great blue herons. Folks, this is such a tremendous project in partnership with our great partners at Niagara River Greenway Commission. And listen about how our community gets involved. Kiwanis is actually trying to help support raising funds for these viewfinders. They're holding a meat raffle. There's information in the connection about that. It's just a great community initiative. It's a great community event. I encourage anyone who can go to that meat raffle, help our kiddos raise some money to get those viewfinders. But I'm especially grateful for that partnership, and that's why our Niagara River Greenway Commission is featured this week in our recognition section. And that brings us to the end of the connection. And folks, there will not be a connection next week because of the short week. Remember, families, we are only here. Kiddos are only here Monday and Tuesday of next week. They do not have school Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to recognize the Thanksgiving recess, but really focus on two major things. Let's focus on how well we did first quarter and what changes we can make, and let's focus on spending time with family and friends during that time off next week and be very thankful for everything that we have. Because together, that makes us Kenton strong. Definitely brings out our Kenton pride, and we continue to move Kenton forward. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful weekend.